You know, in the crazy, fast-paced world of a dental practice, some of the biggest hurdles aren't even clinical. They happen right there at the chair, in the middle of a conversation with a patient. So today, we're going to take a look at a tool called the Chairside Clinical Companion and really explore how it can help you master those critical moments. Our whole goal here is to give you a practical guide on how it can build trust and, honestly, just make every one of those conversations a little bit easier. Let's dive in.
Just think about it for a second. What's yours? Is it trying to explain why a complex and, expensive treatment is necessary? Maybe it's breaking the news about periodontal disease. Or, it could just be handling that flat-out, I just can't afford it moment. We've all been there, right?
And see, these tough conversations, they aren't just random, isolated events. They're actually symptoms of a much bigger challenge in dentistry today. There's this communication gap between what we, as clinicians, know is absolutely necessary and what the patient actually understands and then accepts.
And this idea of transactional versus consultative, well, it really gets to the heart of the problem. For so long, the model was pretty transactional. We talk at the patient, just listing off procedures. But the practices that are really thriving today, they're making a huge shift. They're becoming consultative. They're moving from just being a service provider to becoming a trusted health advisor. And that, right there, is the key.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Every single patient, whether they say it out loud or not, is silently asking, "Can I trust you?" And answering that question has nothing to do with a sales pitch. It's about building a real, genuine connection. That trust, that's the bridge that closes any communication gap. It is the absolute foundation for case acceptance.
Okay, so the big question is, how do we consistently build that trust, especially in the middle of a packed, chaotic day? Well, this is where we can introduce a solution that's designed specifically to help every single member of your clinical team become that trusted advisor.
So what is this thing? Think of the Chairside Clinical Companion as your AI co-pilot. Now, it's not here to replace your clinical judgment. Not at all. It's here to support it, to empower it. And it's for the entire team, from the dentist to the hygienist to the assistant, to make every single patient interaction that much clearer and more confident.
So what does it actually do? Well, think of it like a real-time communication coach right by your side. It gives you these actionable scripts to help guide you through those really tough conversations, and it has checklists for critical moments. The main goal here is to help you build that patient trust, which in turn helps support case acceptance right when you need it the most.
All right, let's get into the practical stuff. The first, and maybe the most immediate way this helps, is by completely transforming how you present treatment. We're talking about moving away from just rattling off a list of procedures and moving toward a collaborative conversation that gets you to a yes.
The companion walks you through 3 really critical steps. First, it gives you frameworks to build that foundational trust we've been talking about. Second, you get scripts that help you explain complex treatments in simple, plain language that always focuses on what it means for the patient. And third, it helps you bring up those sometimes awkward financial conversations smoothly and with total confidence.
Okay, now for the part that I think causes the most stress for all of us, handling objections. This is that moment where even the most seasoned clinician can feel a little stuck. The companion is designed to make sure you are never, ever caught flat-footed again.
The classic objection, isn't it? It's just too expensive. How you respond right here in this exact moment can literally make or break the entire case. Do you get a little defensive? Do you jump to offering a discount? What's really the best way to move forward?
Now, take a look at this sample response generated by the companion. Just notice that immediate shift in tone. It starts with empathy, it validates their concern, and most importantly, it completely reframes the conversation from a conflict into a collaboration. Suddenly, you're not arguing about price, you're working together to find a solution.
And here's what's so powerful. It doesn't just give you one single canned answer. The companion offers a whole playbook of strategies. You can choose an empathetic route, a more logical one, or even a lighthearted approach depending on your patient's personality. It basically equips you to find the perfect approach for any patient in any situation.
But we all know these tough conversations are about so much more than just money. And that's why the companion's capabilities stretch into a whole range of other challenging clinical situations that pop up every single day.
Its versatility is its real strength. The companion has these playbooks for all of these critical moments. For example, when you need to document a patient refusing treatment, there's a guide for that. When you need to explain insurance limitations without sounding defensive, there are scripts for that. It even has checklists for clinical emergencies, helping you stay calm and confident when stress is through the roof. So when you start to put all these pieces together, mastering presentations, handling objections, navigating these tough talks, what you end up with is a clinical team that operates with a whole new level of confidence and alignment.
So how do you actually bring this to life in your practice? Well, one really powerful way is to use the companion scripts in your morning huddles for quick role-playing exercises. I mean, think about it. When the whole team is practicing and using the same empathetic, patient-first language, you start delivering this unified message that builds trust from the second a patient walks in the door.
And that, really, is the transformation we're talking about. You go from constantly being in reactive mode, trying to solve problems and put out fires, to proactively communicating with real confidence. You feel prepared for any conversation, which lowers stress for your whole team and, of course, dramatically improves the patient's experience.
At the end of the day, a tool like this is about so much more than just having smoother conversations. It ties into a bigger mission: empowering independent dentistry. By combining this kind of smart technology with practical, real-world implementation, we can give private practices a genuine advantage to not just compete, but to thrive against those big corporate chains.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Take a moment and just imagine it. Your newest assistant, your most experienced hygienist. You! Everyone on the team communicating with the same perfect clarity and the same confidence. What would that actually change for your patients, for your team's stress levels, and for the entire future of your practice?